Hello, my name is Tristan and I am 20 years old. I am an Australian. In Australia, when we meet a friend, we say, "G'day, mate." People refer to Australia as Down Under, but we call ourselves Aussies. I live in the city of Melbourne, in the state of Victoria. I have one younger brother called Alastair and one younger sister called Vivian. My mother's name is Carmel and my father's name is Rob. I have 4 pets, 2 dogs and 2 cats. I work as an English tutor and gardener, and at university I study biomedicine. My hobbies include reading, writing, listening to music, singing, cycling, running, and playing Australian football with my friends. In Melbourne, many people like Australian football. In winter, we love the sport. A very big day for most Australians is AFL Grand Final Day. AFL stands for Australian Football League. After the whole season, the 2 best teams play each other. The game is played at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, the biggest stadium in Australia. It can hold over 100,000 people. During the week before the AFL Grand Final, the best player for the whole league is announced in a big ceremony. Also, the 2 teams playing in the AFL Grand Final parade through Melbourne. On Grand Final Day, just before the game, there is music and entertainment. Before the game starts, the teams line up. The whole stadium of 100,000 people and everyone watching on TV sings the national anthem. When the anthem is finished, the siren blows through the stadium and everyone gets very excited. The game has 4 quarters of around 30 minutes each. At the end of the game, the winning team receives medals, the Premiership Cup, and sings the club song. The supporters of the winning team love to celebrate winning the Premiership too. On the 25th of April every year in Australia, everyone celebrates Anzac Day. It is a holiday for everybody. The word Anzac means Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. It is a day to celebrate and thank all the men and women who have served and still serve in our Army, Navy and Air Force. We say thank you to them for protecting us and for risking their lives for our country. The tradition began after World War I, when the soldiers returned from the war. It was the first day the armies fought in the war. On this day, all schools, communities and organisations say the poem Lest We Forget, listen to The Last Post, sing the national anthem and offer wreaths to war memorials. On this day, it is tradition to have a minute of silence to show our respect for our soldiers past and present. If I could introduce a stranger to Australia, I would love to show them many things. Australia is a very big country, and getting to all the cities and locations can mean a lot of travelling. I would show them the major cities on the eastern coast: Melbourne, Sydney and Brisbane. Brisbane has some of our most beautiful beaches and is always sunny. Sydney is known all over the world. It held the Olympics in 2000, and it has the Sydney Opera House and Harbour Bridge. Melbourne has a wonderful mix of cultures and foods. It has the largest sporting stadiums, large city parks, and many old buildings from our past. Each city has a different style of music. Some cities like rock more than acoustic, some like pop more than dance music. Australians love the beach and sport. It would be very important for visitors to watch an Australian football game, to visit our beaches in the summer and enjoy a barbecue. In summer, many Australians cook meals on the barbecue. We tell stories and jokes, cook our meat or seafood, and meet friends and family. On the weekends, I like to do many different things. I am still studying at university, so I keep Friday night and Saturday free to do my own activities. On Saturday mornings, I volunteer at my local opportunity shop, where we sell second-hand goods to raise money for the poor. I also like to meet my friends from high school or university. We might go out to dinner or lunch, dancing in the city, to an Australian football match, play sport with each other, study, or just relax together. I always take my dogs to the park so they can run around. It does not matter if it's cold, wet, or hot. We always go for a run or a kick of the football. Occasionally, my younger brother comes too. If it is nice weather, I go cycling in the mountains near my house. A lot of cyclists are riding on weekends, so it's good to ride with them. Because I have many cousins, aunties and uncles, every weekend my family and I are always visiting them for birthdays, holidays, lunches, dinners, sacraments, or barbecues. On Sundays, I go to 11 a.m. Mass at my parish church. Afterwards, I use the afternoon to study and prepare for the busy week ahead.
I do use Facebook, and I do not use Twitter. It took me a long time to even use Facebook. I'm kind of skeptical of social media in general. And to have just one more thing trying to take away my attention from whatever it is that I should be doing in the moment, I'm not a fan of. So I have no intentions of using Twitter anytime soon. The Facebook, I try to limit myself to maybe once a day.
Australia has some very rare and unique animals. All over Australia, there are zoos made to show only Australian animals. Kangaroos, emus, koalas, platypi, pelicans, dingoes, wombats, possums, echidnas and goannas are some of the wonderful animals that we have.
Here's how to make apple crumble. You'll need 1 kilogram apples, 2 tablespoons orange juice, 60 grams brown sugar, cinnamon, and for the crumble, you'll need 90 grams butter, 180 grams flour, 60 grams brown sugar. Step 1. Peel and cut the apples. Add the orange juice, sugar, and cinnamon. Step 2. Cook for 15 minutes. Step 3. For the crumble, mix the butter and flour with your fingers. Add the sugar. Step 4. Put the apples into an oven dish. Cover with the crumble. Step 5. Bake for 40 minutes. Serve with vanilla ice cream.
So the most popular tea that we sell is the English breakfast tea and the Stratford All Day Blend. They're the two most popular teas that we sell, but we do also have some unusual teas like Earl Grey Blue Lady, which has got the bergamot flower in it, so it's slightly different.
How to make American brownies. First, you will need 200 grams of butter, 125 grams of chocolate, 200 grams of sugar, 175 grams of flour, 3 eggs, and 100 grams of chopped nuts. First, you want to melt the butter and chocolate in a saucepan on a medium heat. Once this is done, you may turn it off. Then, add the sugar, the eggs, the flour, and the chopped nuts. Mix it well together. Once you have the mixture complete with the sauce, put it all into a greased oven dish. You will then bake it at 175 degrees Celsius for 25 minutes. Let the brownies cool, and then cut them into squares and enjoy.
I am a student in Cardiff University. Cardiff is the biggest city in Wales. It is also the capital city of Wales. It is the commercial centre of Wales, and it is also where the Welsh National Assembly or local government resides. There are 3 universities in Cardiff. I am at Cardiff University, and there are 2 other polytechnic universities. According to Wikipedia, there are 40,000 students in Cardiff. The area surrounding Cardiff, or Cardiff's agglomeration, contains 1 million people. That is 1/3 of Wales's entire population.
How to make American cheesecake. The ingredients you will need are 1 kilogram soft white cheese. Usually we use Philadelphia cream cheese, 6 tablespoons flour, 4 eggs, 8 tablespoons sugar, and 1 lemon. First thing you want to do is heat your oven to 225 degrees. Then, in a mixing bowl, you want to mix together the eggs, the cheese, add the sugar and the flour mix. Then once this is done, add your lemon juice. You then pour the mixture into a round greased cake tin and cook for 45 minutes. Once this is done cooking, you should leave it cool for at least 30 minutes to an hour for the cheese to firm up, maybe even placing it in a refrigerator. Also, as an option, if you would like to have a crust on your cheesecake, what you can do is take some graham crackers, a little butter, and crush the graham crackers in a bowl, take the butter, and just a little bit of milk, like a 1/4 cup of milk, and you almost want to make a paste out of the graham crackers, and place these around the edge of the cake tin. That way when you pull the cheesecake out and take your cake tin off, you will have a little bit of a graham cracker crust, and it's usually a little bit better tasting. Also, you may either top it with anything from a mixed can of cherries, strawberries, or even raspberries, depending on what you may like.
Hi, if I were a number, I'd want to be the number 7. It is believed in America that the number 7 is to be very lucky in anything that multiplies by 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 29. So I would definitely want to be the number 7. It's supposed to bring you good luck and happiness and health. So a lot of people like to have it in their addresses or just anything related with numbers, phone numbers, email addresses. Always got to have the number 7 in it. If I could choose to be a season, I would choose to be summer, because in the summertime it is much more pleasant to be outside and the weather is nicer and the temperature is better, and it allows you to travel and go places and spend time with your friends and be outdoors. Because here in the U.S., during the winter time, it can get very, very cold, and we get a lot of snow sometimes, and it's very hard to do things. And even in the fall, we don't have the snow, but we do have a lot of like cold weather and rain, and it's just not enjoyable. So definitely, if I could choose to be a season, I would definitely choose to be summer.
It's time to make chocolate Krispies. Here's what you'll need. 250 grams milk chocolate, 100 grams puffed rice or cornflakes. Step 1. Melt the chocolate in a saucepan over a bain-marie. Stir. Step 2. Put the puffed rice in the chocolate. Stir. Step 3. Spoon the mixture into paper cases. Step 4. Leave them to cool for 1 hour. To make chocolate eggs, you need 2 eggs, 200 grams chocolate, and 100 grams butter. Step 1. Break the eggs. Separate the egg whites from the egg yolks. Put the yolks in a bowl. Wash the eggshells. Step 2. Break the chocolate into pieces. Put them in a bowl. Melt them in a bain-marie. Step 3. Mix the butter and the chocolate until they melt. Add the egg yolks and mix well. Step 4. Fill the eggshells with the chocolate mixture. Put in the refrigerator for 24 hours.
Christmas in Wales is a time when families get together. So in my family, before Christmas time, my brothers and my parents and myself will all get together. My brothers will come back from university, and over the Christmas holidays we will see friends. Before Christmas, many families in the community will invite us to go to parties. Each year a different family will host a different party. On Christmas Eve, we will go to midnight mass, which is a church service at 11:30 in the evening. There we will sing Christmas carols and eat mince pies. And on Christmas Day, we will go to church in the morning again. My father is the vicar in the church, and so I have to go to church twice on Christmas Day. Also, it is a time for visiting family, and so on Christmas Day I go and have lunch with my grandparents, and my cousins who live in London travel down to Llanelli to have lunch with us. On Boxing Day, which is the day after Christmas, we go shooting, we hunt for pheasants, and everybody brings a turkey sandwich, because lunch on Christmas Day everyone eats turkey.
To make an English crumble, you need 100 grams of butter cut into pieces, 100 grams sugar, 180 grams flour, 3 pears, and 500 grams raspberries. Step 1. Butter an oven-proof dish. Put in half the raspberries. Step 2. Peel and slice the pears. Step 3. Place the pears on the raspberries. Cover with the rest of the raspberries. Step 4. Heat the oven to 200 degrees Celsius. In a bowl, mix the sugar, butter, and flour with your fingers until they are like breadcrumbs. Step 5. Cover the fruit with the flour mixture. Cook for 30 minutes. Turn off the oven. Leave the crumble in the oven for an extra 10 minutes. Here's a recipe for English pancakes. For 25 little pancakes, you need 250 grams of flour, 3 eggs, 1 pinch of salt, 60 grams sugar, and a quarter-liter milk. Step 1. Mix the flour, sugar, and salt in a big bowl. Add the eggs and mix well. Step 2. Add the milk slowly. Mix well. Leave in the refrigerator for an hour. Step 3. With an adult, heat a little oil in a frying pan. Make little pancakes by pouring the mixture in the frying pan with a tablespoon. Step 4. Cook the pancakes quickly. Turn them when you see little holes at the top. Eat the pancakes very hot with maple syrup or honey.
Hi, I'm a fan of Friends, and my favorite show is when Chandler wants to buy an apartment. He goes with Joey to see the apartment, and it happens to be the former boyfriend of Monica who's selling his apartment. And they are looking around and they see videotapes and there are names on it of movies. And the name of Monica is on one of the tapes. And Chandler says, "Oh, Joey, watch this. There's Monica's name on the tape." But Joey doesn't understand. And he still doesn't understand. And Chandler says, "Get there faster." And Joey understands finally. Have you understood?
So it's Benson's House of Tea, and we sell over 100 different loose leaf teas, handmade cards, and a large range of Alice in Wonderland stock and pick and mix sweets.
I like France very much. I think the people are very nice, and the food and the wine is spectacular as well. In France, I have been to Paris and I have been to Marseille as well. I like Paris very much. It's very busy and yes. It's a very big city. I prefer small cities. But no, it's very nice. There's nice fashion and nice shops over there as well. And Marseille I also like. I like to be in the port city, to be next to the water. I enjoy it. And there's some nice beaches. And again, I think the people, the French people, are friendly. Yes?
Trowbridge became the county town of Wiltshire in the 19th century. It was the county because it was easier to get to Trowbridge by rail from all over the county than anywhere else. We also have the town council offices in the town. It's quite a good shopping centre, and we've got 2 new shopping precincts where lots of new shops have been built, and our family tell me it's very cheap compared with shops in France. We've got some supermarkets in the town, Tesco's, Asda and Sainsbury's. We've got Boots, a chemist, which you'll find in most towns in the country. W.H. Smith, that sells books and paper and pens and things like that. And a number of fashion shops like New Look and Monsoon. These have all been built in these new shops, which were built where the factories used to be, but have since closed. In the town, we have got lots of clubs of one sort for young people: football, cricket, rugby, hockey, judo, boxing, music, youth band, lots of clubs. The football and the cricket teams for the town aren't very good, but they both have lots of young teams and do a lot of coaching with those young teams. But we have no cinema, which a lot of people think is a pity. But anyway, most people in the town are very happy, and it is a very friendly town. Hello, my name is John, and I have lived for the last 45 years in a small town called Trowbridge in the county of Wiltshire in southwest England. It is situated about 10 miles, 16 kilometres from the city of Bath, and 25 miles, about 40 kilometres from the large city of Bristol. Today, the population is about 35,000 people.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I am 21 years old. I am tall. I have brown eyes and brown hair. I don't wear glasses. I play football and also tennis. I like to listen to music. At the moment, I work as an English teacher in France. I am from England. I live in the north of England, in a town called Hull. My dad is called David, and my mum is called Wendy. I have 3 brothers. They are called Richard, Timmy, and Jason. They are 24, 17, and 9 years old. Hello, my name is Jonathan. I am 21 years old. I am tall and I have brown eyes and brown hair. I like to play football and also tennis. I also like to listen to music. At the moment, I am working as a language assistant in Paris. I am from England. I live in the north of England, in a city called Hull, which is next to the sea. It used to be a big fishing port. My mum is called Wendy, and my dad is called David. My dad works as a dentist. I have 3 brothers. They are called Richard, Timmy, and Jason, and they are 24, 17, and 9 years old. My older brother works as an engineer for Jaguar cars. I have been in France now for 4 months. In England, I am a student, and I am taking a year out from my studies to find out what it is like to be a teacher, and also to improve my French. Next year, I will go back to England to finish my degree. Afterwards, I hope to become either a lawyer or a teacher. I haven't decided yet. So far, I am enjoying teaching, although sometimes it is very difficult to control the children, and also it can be very tiring. So far, I like Paris a lot, but it can be very expensive.
Hello, my name is Robert Mansell Lewis. I am 22 years old. I live in Llanelli, which is a town in the west of Wales. Currently, I am an assistant d'anglais in France because I am a student in Cardiff University, and so this is my year out when I come to France to learn French. In university, I am studying French and Welsh. Welsh is the language of Wales. I have 2 brothers, one older brother who is 25, his name is Edward, and I have one younger brother who is 19, his name is Johnny. My mother's name is Claire, and her job is a marriage counsellor. My father's name is Patrick, and he is a pastor in the Anglican Church.
Hi, my name is Miko. I'm from New Zealand. I was born in the Philippines, but I grew up in New Zealand. And I came in Cambodia last year in November. I've been here for I think 2 months now. I'm still studying in my university undergrad, which is I'm doing animation, 3D animation. I think Cambodia is a good place to live in, and the people in Cambodia are very friendly and humble. Yeah.
I'm Adam. I work in Moo Moo's in Oxford. We're a milkshake and smoothie store. We're based in Oxford and Stratford-upon-Avon in Warwickshire. We have 250 flavours of milkshakes, and we have about 8 to 10 smoothies in our range. Our biggest sellers are Kinder Bueno, Ferrero Rocher and Oreo. They're our biggest sellers on milkshakes, and our biggest seller on smoothies is Very Berry. They're the most popular out of the lot. The shop was first opened in May 2006, and we've been here for about 5 years now.
Hello, my name is Tristan. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. In my room, I have a big wooden queen-size bed. Next to my bed, I have a small bedside table. On this table, I keep my lamp, my phone, and all the books I like to read. On the other side of my bed are my shelves. On them are my books, DVDs, models and all my notes from high school. Hanging on the wall above my bed and next to my bedside table is my mirror. On the other side of my room are my chests of drawers and my desk. On the desk I have another lamp and my laptop. I go to university, so my desk is always full of paper and notes too. In front of my desk is my chest of drawers. They are full of all my clothes, technology, and my important documents. On top of my drawers is my stereo and spare money bowl. My light switch for my room is next to the chest of drawers. On the wall above my chest of drawers is my framed jumper of my favourite Australian football team, Richmond. In the corner furthest from the desk and bed, I have my big chair. It is green and really comfy. I love to lie back in it and relax with a book or music. One of my favourite possessions is my road bike. It is made by Giant. I love riding, so my bike lives in my room too, just in front of my comfy chair. The wall opposite my bed has 3 sliding doors, which hide my cupboards and all my shoes, my bags, scarves, spare books and clothes. These are all coloured a light yellow, like all my other walls. My ceiling is white and has a fan in the centre. My carpet is a light brown. My carpet is also covered in all my clothes during the week. My curtains are a dark green, and the window is between my bed and my comfy chair. It looks out onto my big backyard. My door is white and is between my shelves and my chest of drawers. And that is my room. Goodbye.
Well, I want to introduce my dog. Her name is Sadie. She's a half Jack Russell Terrier and a little Petit Pincer, and she's a bit of a monster. She was the best gift I ever got in my life. It was from a neighbor in Los Angeles, and she talked me into bringing her to Paris, and we've been here ever since. And she's nice with everybody except with me. She's kind of a tiger at the Maison at home, but she's cool. She's my baby. She's the boss.
Hello, my name's Peter. I'm originally from Northern Ireland and I live now in Scotland, in Glasgow. I've got a house with 4 bedrooms and a conservatory, and I share that with my wife, Kathy. And I also have 2 cats. They're called Zoe and Millie. Zoe's 8 years old and Millie's only 1 year old. She's just older than a kitten. Millie, because she's a kitten, likes to play lots and she climbs up the curtains, and then we have to rescue her from the top of the curtains. And Zoe is quite a shy cat and she doesn't like strange people, so whenever anyone else comes to the house she hides under the bed.
The leek is one of the national emblems of Wales, as is the daffodil. On St. David's Day, which is the 1st of March, people will wear leeks and daffodils on the lapels of their suits. According to one legend, the reason why the leek is a national emblem of Wales is because in the 7th century the King of North Wales ordered his soldiers to identify themselves by wearing the vegetable on their helmets in an ancient battle against the English that took place in a field of leeks. On St. David's Day, people will eat a certain type of Welsh soup known as cawl, which is vegetable soup, and the main component of this soup is the leek. However, perhaps the most visible use of the leek in Wales is the cap badge on the berets of the Welsh Guards, a regiment within the Household Division of the British Army. The mascot of the Welsh Guards is a goat.
Hello, my name is Tristan. I am 20 years old and I am a university student living in Melbourne, Australia. I was 15 when I got my first job. I mowed the lawns for my grandparents. I still have this job today, and I visit their house every 3 weeks on the weekend to work. I am paid about $20 every hour, and I have been mowing their lawns for over 5 years. I ride my bicycle to their house because it is only 4 kilometers away. I must prepare the mower, collect all of the cut grass, and clean the garden paths when I am finished. It takes me about 3 hours to mow their lawns and tidy the garden. The most difficult part of this job is working in summer. Sometimes it can be very hot in the sun. I must be very careful not to get sunburnt or dehydrate. I like this job because I work for my family and I get to spend time with my grandparents. What I dislike is the grass growing at different speeds in each season. It makes it difficult to organize time for my work.
Okay, to make pancakes, you're going to need 250 grams of flour, 3 eggs, a pinch of salt, 60 grams of sugar, and 1/4 liter of milk. First, you want to mix the flour, sugar, and salt in a bowl. Add the eggs and mix well. Then, add the milk slowly, mix well, leave in the refrigerator for 1 hour. Okay, the next step would be to heat a pan to medium heat with a little oil in it. Start by pouring the pancake mixture in the middle of the frying pan with a tablespoon until your desired size is met. Cook the pancakes quickly. Turn them when you see little holes in the top. When the pancakes are finished, you may place them on a plate. Use a little bit of syrup or maple or even honey and a little bit of butter. That is how to make pancakes.
Hello, my name is Paul. I live in the United States of America, in Michigan, near the city named Detroit. I have a couple of pets, one a little doggy named Mickey, and a cat named Skittles. Some of my hobbies would include, with the computer, being on the internet, playing video games. I enjoy playing World of Warcraft and The Sims, and other games like that. Okay, that is a little bit about me. Maybe I will speak to you again.
Hi, my name is Philip, and I live in Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. is a very nice city because there are no chimneys. That is to say that there is no industry there, and everybody works in non-profit organizations and for the government and for the lobbies, and there are a lot of people working as lawyers because people like to disagree there. There is in Washington, D.C. several different parts of the town that are linked to the communities. And I live in Mount Pleasant, which is a very Hispanic community. And the funny thing is, when I go to the grocery store, the people, they don't speak English. They speak Spanish. They are mostly from El Salvador. And this is on 18th Street, northwest.
It's Halloween and it's time to make pumpkin pie. You'll need 250 grams pastry, 125 milliliters milk, 150 milliliters cream, 120 grams brown sugar, 1 teaspoon cinnamon, 3 eggs, and 500 grams pumpkin. Step 1. Cut the interior of the pumpkin into little cubes. Step 2. Put the cubes and some water in a saucepan. Cook and wait for the liquid to evaporate. Turn off. Wait for 15 minutes. Step 3. Beat the eggs. Mix with the pumpkin, brown sugar, cinnamon, milk, and cream. Step 4. Put the pastry in a pie dish. Pour in the pumpkin mixture. Cook for 40 minutes at thermostat 6, 200 degrees Celsius.
My name is Robert. I come from New York. In New York, the food is really good. For breakfast, I eat pancakes, eggs, or cereal. For lunch, I eat sandwiches. I love cheese sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, and vegetable sandwiches. For dinner, I always start with a salad. I love to eat rice, carrots, peas, and pasta. For dessert, I like to eat fruit, and sometimes I like to eat chocolate. My name is Robert. I come from New York. In New York, my favorite place to go is Central Park. Manhattan is a great place to visit. You can see the Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building, and Wall Street. Times Square is also fun with lots of lights, people, and taxis. Soho is great for shopping and visiting art galleries. The Museum of Modern Art and the Metropolitan Museum of Art are also great museums to visit. You absolutely must visit New York. In New York, one of my favorite holidays is Independence Day, or July 4th. It's a fun day with no school or work. I spend the day with my family outside. We usually have a barbecue together. We eat hamburgers, hot dogs, potato salad, macaroni salad, grilled vegetables, and chicken. After the barbecue, we wait until the sun goes down. When it first gets dark, the fireworks begin. They're beautiful in all different colors. They're red, green, white, blue, yellow, and purple. After the fireworks, the day ends and we go home. Hello, my name is Robert. I live in New York. In New York, I get up at 6:30 a.m. I take a shower and brush my teeth. Then I get dressed and put on my shoes. The last thing I do before I leave is eat breakfast and drink a cup of coffee. Then I walk to the subway. I take the subway 4 stops to school. School starts at 8 a.m. We have lunch at noon for a half an hour.
Australia is a huge country, with many small communities living far from any major city. Being so small, these towns cannot afford to build a school, and so, in the 1950s, School on the Air began. It was a project of the Royal Flying Doctor Service. School on the Air is an education program for children living in isolated communities in the Australian outback. The program has been running for over 60 years and delivers a quality primary and early secondary education. At first, the schooling was done via the radio with students working at home with parents or tutors. Now that the internet has reached the outback, students have access to videos, conversations with their teacher, and are also able to send their work back to school very quickly compared to posting it by normal mail in the early years. Every state in Australia, besides Tasmania, has a School on the Air program. Students spend most of the year at home studying, but attend normal school classes for 1 week several times a year. This allows them to meet with their teacher and classmates. At the moment, there are 12 schools on the air spread across Australia. They educate over 1,000 students right across the country. Although the children do not go to normal schools, their grades and abilities are often equal to even better than the average student attending a normal school.
Well, hello, and I'm Rory Keegan. I work in the Shakespeare Bookshop, and we are attached to the birthplace, the house where William Shakespeare was born in Stratford-upon-Avon, and we sell books and gifts connected to William Shakespeare. So in the bookshop part, where I work with my colleague Stephanie, we sell every kind of book. We sell editions of the plays. We sell editions of the plays for children, retold for younger readers. We sell critical studies of all the plays and of the different themes of Shakespeare's life and times. So anyone from a 5-year-old to a university professor could find books to help them here. We also sell DVDs, films of Shakespeare's plays, and so on.
This is a famous Irish legend. Ireland is an island in the Atlantic Ocean. A long time ago, there lived a priest in Ireland. His name was Patrick. In Ireland, there lived many snakes too. People were afraid of snakes. Patrick wanted to help. How could they get rid of the snakes? He took a drum and played it loudly, and all the snakes slid away. Patrick walked all over the island until the last snake was gone. The people were very happy. They called Patrick a saint. Today, you can't find any snakes in Ireland.
Hello, my name is Tristan. I'm from Melbourne, Australia. I went to high school at St. Joseph's College. It is located in the outer eastern suburb of Ferntree Gully. It is at the base of the Dandenong Mountain Ranges. My school was a Catholic all-boys college under the care of the Salesians of Don Bosco. Being a Salesian school meant our teachers were always there with us, in the classroom, in the chapel, or out in the schoolyard. They were always amongst us. I went there for 6 years, from year 7 to year 12. The students came from all over the area, from the mountains or from the suburbs. We had a technical school on campus too, so that senior boys could either choose to start training for their apprenticeship or stay in the academic school and study for university. Another Catholic school, Mater Christi College, was our sister school. We shared activities together all throughout the year, such as lunches, parties, dances, sports, and dramatic productions. At St. Joseph's, all the boys are split into 4 houses for sports carnivals. They were great competitions, and house rivalries were very strong. The names of the houses were Savio, Magoni, Bosco, and Rua. I was in Rua, and we were the strongest house in swimming and athletics for many years. The names of the houses are famous Salesians. In my last year, I was elected a co-captain of the college. I loved my school, and being a leader was a wonderful experience. I loved the culture, athletic, friendly, warm, and competitive. We were academically strong and still had some of the best sports squads from all the local schools. I have many friends from my high school. It was a good school. Thank you.
I love Thanksgiving. It's the best holiday of the year, except to eat too much. Eat for 3 days in one day, and then you eat enchilada turkey tacos for 3 days after that with all the leftovers, the stuff that's a prey, and it's a formidable. It's a bon fête. And all the family gets together, and they're happy, and they drink and get stupid, and hopefully somebody doesn't get too stupid.
Okay, White House Gifts is a gift shop here in Washington, D.C. We're located at 701 15th Street, which is in the center of the city, just across from the White House. And we sell a wide variety of items for tourists and guests to the city that mostly specialize in the insignia and other things that have to do with the White House and the American presidents.
Well, the English weather is very changeable. It's very much like northern France. We have cloud, we have rain, we have sunshine, we have snow. We have all the different climates throughout the year. It could be at any time. Even in May we have had snow, but we have very warm days, well, sunny days should I say, perhaps in December.
Hello, I'm a 32-year-old American who lives in Charlottesville, Virginia. However, I grew up in Cumberland, Maryland. Regarding the food pyramid, I remember learning about it in middle school when I was around 11 to 14 years old. However, I'm sure I was taught it much earlier. Honestly, I don't remember too much about it. I do note that it has changed a lot since I learned about it. When I learned about it, from my best recollection, I remember it was more like a pyramid of blocks in which at the bottom there were the breads and cereals that you should eat the most of. At the top there were the fats and meats that you should eat more sparingly. And then in the middle were the fruits and vegetables, which you should have a balanced, which should be balanced in your meal. I honestly don't remember following it too much. Our school meals usually consisted of milk, a vegetable side, and then a main dish, which would be meat or fish or pasta, and then of course a dessert, which would usually be some sort of ice cream or cake. I honestly don't remember having fruit. My favorite meal at school was of course the French bread pizza. My parents were divorced when I was in elementary school, and my mom didn't cook much. So, we ate out a lot, and McDonald's of course was a favorite. Maybe the main reason McDonald's was a favorite was because it had a play area so that my sister and I could play there a lot. The Happy Meal was also a big draw, so my sister and I did not really care about the food, but it was more the attractions thinking back on it. Now for my mom, it was probably something that was more convenient. As an adult, of course I don't go to McDonald's nearly as much as I did when I was younger, but occasionally I do go, and again I am trying to think why I still go, and to me the reasons are that it's quick, it's usually pretty cheap, it is tasty to an extent, and there are just so many that it's everywhere you go. So, as an embarrassing example, just recently I was out playing with my son, and I also had my 5-month-old with me, and it was time for lunch, and there wasn't enough time to really go home and cook because he would be going to sleep soon. And so I tried to think what would be the most convenient and quick meal to have. And I also had to factor in that I didn't want to take everybody out of the car to go inside a restaurant because it would be too difficult to hold a 5-month-old and watch after my 3-year-old. So I've realized that McDonald's might be the best option because I could go through the drive-thru. And also the Happy Meal was pretty exciting for my son, so embarrassingly enough, we went there.
My name is William. I am 22 years old and 6'4". My favorite sport is baseball. I have 2 sisters. My oldest sister, Jamie, recently got married. My other sister, Sarah, speaks French. Although she also speaks English, I cannot understand her when she speaks French because I only speak English and Spanish.
Okay, what is Black Friday? Black Friday is actually the Friday right after Thanksgiving in the United States. What it is a day when all of the stores have really good deals to start the Christmas shopping season. Like every store will have really good deals on like maybe a TV or GPS and all kinds of crazy things. And I mean, every store over here does it. They have special deals from on electronics to cars to food to clothing, and I mean like something that would normally cost you say $100 normally on Black Friday you can get for like $25.
And it's just crazy because people will go into the stores at like 3, 4 in the morning, and they'll stand in line sometimes for 10 hours to wait to get one certain product because it's such a good deal. And everybody does it. It's just very crazy. There's so many people. It's like the middle of the day, except it's actually at the middle of the night. But it is a lot of fun, and on Black Friday, I myself will be shopping. As I'm shopping now, I'm recording this. Anyways, that's what Black Friday in the United States is all about. See you soon. Bye.
Okay, well, I like Chinese food. That's one of my favourites. I like Indian food as well. And occasionally I even eat English food. Chinese food is very filling, and it's very oriental, but you have to be very careful about eating too much rice because it does make your eyes go rather strange.
Hi, I'm Christina. I'm 23 and I'm from Liverpool in England.
Hello, I'm Noah. I'm from Portland, Oregon, United States, and I'm 24.
Hi, I'm Kirsten. I'm 23 and I'm from Irvine in Scotland.
We're going to talk to you today about Christmas in our hometowns. What's Christmas like in Portland, Noah?
Well, Christina, in Portland, on the 24th typically, all of my family come over to my house. We have a large meal consisting of Christmas ham, roasted vegetables, stuffing, and for dessert we have pecan pie or sometimes pumpkin pie. What's Christmas like in Liverpool, Christina?
In Liverpool, normally we celebrate on the 25th on Christmas Day, and all of my family get together and eat a large roast dinner. Normally roast turkey, roast potatoes, roast parsnips, all sorts of other vegetables, and stuffing. And for dessert, we typically have a Christmas pudding, which you add alcohol to, and then set alight so that it burns. Kirsten, what's your Christmas like in Irvine?
For me and my family, we also celebrate Christmas on the 25th, where we all get together and we have our big roast dinner as well. It's the same as in Liverpool, with our turkey, the stuffing, potatoes, the vegetables, and we also have pigs in blankets. Do you know what pigs in blankets are, Noah?
No, what are pigs in blankets?
Pigs in blankets are small sausages wrapped in bacon. Wow. And for desserts, we don't have the Christmas pudding. My family has apple pie instead.
How American.
Do you normally pull crackers at dinner time?
Yes, we do pull crackers at dinner time.
Whoa, what's a cracker?
A cracker is like a cylinder of cardboard, and inside there are sort of presents or sweets and a joke and a Christmas hat. And somebody takes either end of the cracker and pulls it, and whoever gets the larger share wins the present, the joke, and the hat.
Huh, it's like a wishbone, except you actually get things.
Exactly. Thank you for listening. That's all from us.
See you next time.
Hi, I guess the best thing I ever received for Christmas, I had just turned 16 earlier that year, and as you know, in the United States, 16 is the legal age to start driving. So for Christmas, my parents had went out and had purchased me a used car. And it was kind of funny because when the families got together, there was no gifts for me, nothing, and I didn't get any gifts, and they kind of made a big joke about it, you know, like they'd just forgotten about me, and they waited till like the last minute. And they actually made me wait until the day of Christmas morning, because a lot of families in the U.S. actually celebrate Christmas on Christmas Eve and open gifts on Christmas Eve. But anyways, my parents made me wait until Christmas Day, December 25th, and they give me this small little box, and I opened it up, and inside was a set of keys to my new car. I was so excited and so happy. I can't explain how it felt. It was so nice to get a gift like that, and it meant a lot, and I had that car for a very, very long time.
I'd like to talk about my younger brother Cormac, who is
I say my younger brother, but in fact he is only 1 year younger than me. When we were younger, we used to get on quite well with each other. And nowadays, we still like to keep in touch, to keep in contact, and to chat about different topics. He lives and works in Dublin. He works in marketing. And he is quite interested in sporty activities like surfing and running and football. He also likes going to concerts, or gigs as he likes to call them. And he's really interested in music. But he doesn't play any musical instruments. And I think he should, because I think he would be very good at it. Like most Irish people, I have a really big family. I have 3 brothers and 1 sister, and I am right in the middle of my family. Okay. My sister is the youngest in my family, and I would say that she is quite spoilt. And I have 2 older brothers who don't live at home in my family. They live in another part of Ireland. And I have 1 younger brother who I get on very well with.
That they are always interested in love and in sex. That they use lots and lots of words to express what they want to say in order to persuade people, rather than being clear and precise. And that they like drinking a lot of wine. That's probably it, I would think. Which is not very true, because a lot of British people do that as well.
Today I'm at home because I'm sick. I don't feel well. I've got a cold, I think. My head hurts. My throat hurts. My nose is running. I don't feel very well. So today I'm not working. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting on the couch. I'm trying to drink a lot of hot tea, and of course I'm taking some aspirin just to feel better. And I think tomorrow I will be better. It's not very fun to be sick.
How to make a fruit smoothie. 1 banana, 8 strawberries and a kiwi fruit. Peel the banana, wash the strawberries and the kiwi fruit. Peel the kiwi fruit. Slice the fruit into small pieces. Add 1 cup of milk and ice and mix the smoothie together.
Right, today I'm going to talk about Easter, a typical Easter in an English family. Well, firstly, it starts very simply with, of course, the traditional Easter eggs. And, well, it's similar to France in some respects, because some people put the eggs in different parts of the garden, or if it's cold outside, they just put it in different parts of the house, or put them in different parts of the house, so that the children can have fun trying to find them. Now, the basic idea is that everybody gets up really early. So on a Sunday, that means, of course, 9:30 instead of the usual 7:30. And the game starts when everybody's ready. Okay, so Manchester United is my favourite football team. I think they have been consistently the best team over the last 10 years in England, even longer. And anyway, they play stimulating, exciting football. You know the players, I suppose: Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rio Ferdinand. These are all talented players. And this year they're only 4th for the moment, but they've got 2 games in hand. Even if Liverpool are doing very well, they can still catch up with Liverpool. So it's January 2009. United are still in the race, and I'm sure they're going to win. What do you think?
Hello, my name's Jordan, and I'm from the UK. Today we're going to talk about Liverpool, a city in the northwest of England. It is close to the city of Manchester. The town of Chester is not far from North Wales and is only 2 hours by train from London, where I'm from. There are about 460,000 people who live in Liverpool, compared to over 13 million people who live in the London area. Liverpool is on the west coast of England, and the River Mersey, which goes through the city, flows into the Irish Sea. Liverpool is a very famous city in England and was voted the European Capital of Culture in 2008. Here are some people from Liverpool, known as Scousers, to tell you more.
Well, the year is now over and a new year is beginning. And just like at every new year, I have a few resolutions that I will try to keep up for the upcoming year. My first resolution is that I will try to stop smoking, because we all know that smoking is a very bad habit. My second resolution is that I will try to eat more healthy foods instead of junk food. For example, eat less pizza and chips and chocolate and eat more healthy foods like fruits, vegetables, and bread. My third resolution is that I will try to get out of my bedroom a lot more and to exercise in order to make myself a healthier person. My fourth resolution is to spend less time watching TV and playing video games, and instead I will do my best to read more books and novels in order to discover new literature. Now, those are the 4 resolutions I have chosen for 2011, and when 2012 comes, I'll see if I kept them up.
Okay, first of all, I think DC is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and right now it's Cherry Blossom Festival time, so if you haven't seen it, go online and get some pictures so you can see what it's like. Of course, the U.S. Capitol, the White House, both very interesting things to see. The Smithsonian Air and Space Museum, of course, it is the most visited museum in the world. And we've got the Natural History Museum, we've got the Lincoln Memorial, which is very impressive, and the reflecting pool, and last but not least, the Washington Monument. So it's all very interesting.
Party popcorn. For 6 people, you'll need 150 grams popcorn, 1 tablespoon oil, salt or sugar. Step 1. Mix the oil and the popcorn in a big saucepan. Step 2. Put a lid on the saucepan and cook slowly. Do not remove the lid. Step 3. Remove from the heat. Listen. Remove the lid when the corn stops popping. Step 4. In a big bowl, mix the popcorn with sugar or with salt.
And in addition, one of the greatest privileges is meeting people from all over the world who come into the shop. And many of them coming to Shakespeare's birthplace is something they've wanted to do all their life. So we meet people from every single country in the world, and once or twice a year we meet people who seem to have come from outer space.
Hello, my name's Tom. I work as a museum assistant at the Sherlock Holmes Museum. I'm currently dressed as a policeman, and I'm letting in groups of kids of 14 at a time. And for other jobs in the day, I might work in customer service or in information or general admin roles. And then tomorrow I'll be back in university finishing my PhD. And this job pays for that at the moment.
So my name's Jack. I'm the Victorian policeman at Sherlock Holmes Museum. I spend all day standing outside as the policeman, letting in all the tourists from around the world. It's a good fun job, enjoying seeing everyone's faces as they come into the museum, the big Sherlock fans, and I hope you have fun.
Greedy, a little bit greedy, and that they don't like to share, and grumpy, miserable, a little bit. But that's not everyone, that's just some French people are a bit bad and some French people are very nice. The same as in England, I think. So stereotypes are not really for me.
Superman is a superhero. He's got a secret identity. His name is Clark Kent. He's a journalist in Metropolis. He's tall and extremely strong. He has short, straight, black hair and blue eyes. He has a superhero flashy costume, a pair of bright blue long johns, red trunks and boots, a red cape, and a yellow belt. The famous Superman logo appears on his chest. Superman is kind, reliable, and self-confident. He can lift a car and run very fast because he has superpowers. He can also fly and shoot lasers. He can see through walls because he has X-ray vision. Finally, he can freeze water but he can't become invisible. His most dangerous enemy is kryptonite, radioactive meteorites from his planet. I like Superman because he fights crime and saves the world.
Hi, my name is Joe Oliver, and I'm 20 years old, and I come from Streator, Illinois, in the United States. Streator's a fairly small town, only about 15,000 people live here. And basically, all this area is known for is farming, which is mostly corn.
Melbourne weather is always changing. It really doesn't matter what time of year it is or the season. Our weather is always different. Right now it is the middle of summer. The average temperature is about 35 degrees, but it can go as high as 45 degrees on the hottest days. The weather changes very quickly. The last week in Melbourne had 3 days of around 28 degrees and 4 days over 40 degrees. When it is very hot, most Australians love to go to the beach. The cold water is very popular and beaches are always full. Playing cricket at the beach and having barbecues are also great activities in summer. By contrast, winter in Melbourne can be very cold. It can be 1 degree on the cold mornings. In the mountains, on the edge of the city, it can be even colder. We don't have snow in Melbourne, but we do have ice, frost, fog and rain. Melbourne's winter is often wet, and the temperature averages between 10 to 15 degrees during the day. Spring and autumn are very similar seasons. It can be raining in the morning, sunny at lunchtime, then raining again an hour later. The weather can be very confusing. Temperatures can be anything from 15 degrees on the cold, wet days and even 30 degrees on the hottest days. But it is a nice time of year to be in Melbourne.
Wonder Woman is a very popular superheroine. She's an Amazon princess from Paradise Island. She's tall and very athletic. She's got a secret identity. She's a naval officer. She has long black hair and blue eyes. She has a superheroine flashy costume, a red bustier, a large golden belt, blue briefs with white stars on them. She wears red boots, silver bracelets, and a golden diadem with a red star on it. She has an amazing golden lasso. Wonder Woman has superpowers, so she can run very fast, and she can fly. She can also speak to animals, but she can't breathe underwater. I like Wonder Woman because she fights crime. She isn't mysterious, but she is generous, brave, and beautiful.